We know the cliche, behind every successful man stands a strong woman, which is true. But what about the women around the world who are equally, if not more, successful? Women who have come from little to nothing and have made it against all odds. We created BRICS Wonder Women to honor these warriors. Our BRICS Wonder Woman today is someone who lives every girl's dream. Businesswoman Jenna Clifford's world sparkles with gold, diamonds, and precious gems, some of the most spectacular bespoke jewelry you will ever see. Looking at Jenna, you'd be mistaken for thinking she was born into luxury, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Jenna Clifford came from nothing, but has managed to build an empire and a name that is known worldwide. This is her story. Jenna Clifford jewelry brand was born in South Africa in 1992. Quite a feat for an only child born with dyslexia and, in her own words, on the wrong side of the tracks.
I grew up in sunny South Africa, but on the poorer side of the tracks, and that probably was my impetus as an only child, and actually, in fact, a dyslexic one. And my father was fully compromised like that. He couldn't read and write. He was a plasterer. So I suppose that's unfortunate circumstances, but in art, just like Michelangelo or any of the ancients, it's a hard trade to get what you want. But art is power, and I've had the pleasure of going through that.
So how does a girl from the poorer side of South Africa end up being a world-renowned jewelry designer and a successful businesswoman who rubs shoulders with the who's who in entertainment, politics, and sport? Jenna has bejeweled celebrities such as Celine Dion and the Williams sisters.
For women born of my time, there weren't many options. You could be a teacher, secretary, a nurse, etc. I actually wanted to be Estee Lauder. An American cosmetologist that only really started at 42, when most women are written off. So I worked for the company Estee Lauder in Jorrison Street in the 70s when I started in the trade. So I used to locum for them for many years, and my boss in the jewelry industry used to let me work 6 days a week and then give me the afforded time off to work within the cosmetology business to build confidence and aesthetics.
So that's how it all started for Jenna. After working her way up from the bottom, decades later, this humble family business has become a household name in exclusive circles.
I happened to really get into the jewelry industry because cosmetology and things like that is large investments, so is jewelry. But I didn't understand that at the time because I'd entered quite young in the industry. I've been in the jewelry industry this year for 46 years.
Each piece of jewelry Jenna creates is unique. Jenna and her team pride themselves on getting to know their customers on a personal level, so the jewelry is perfectly suited to who they are and what they love. She also believes each piece of jewelry carries a particular energy.
All conductors like gold, platinum, silver, and primordial gems, and even the base world of crystals is very powerful.
Jenna has diversified from unique pieces of jewelry to exclusive homeware and even sporting trophies. But the road to success has not been paved with gold and diamonds for Jenna Clifford. She's faced her fair share of challenges.
Well, being born a woman in the male industry, you can just about guess. But luckily, I've managed to get old, and with age does come more wisdom. And then those things that maybe bothered me when I was young and attractive, those go away. And then you're taken more seriously to your capabilities and what you can actually deliver. So the good news is for everybody, life can change.
And sparkle.
For an uneducated girl, I've taken myself on a little journey of life.
And it's great to still be enjoying it. I mean, I can feel what you're saying. The power's working in me already. I think this is a magic ring and these are magic earrings. Did you see my earrings and my ring?
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And definitely, I mean, we never think of jewelry in that way, the way you've just described. We look at something, we go, that's pretty, I'd like to have that.
It should
we
be
don't think about
coded.
what it does for us.
That's the thing. It's got its own energy. Today, cars don't work on pistons. They work on catalyst converters. Quartz catalyst conversion. So we work the same. And I think in this age now, we are getting more enlightened, and transits can happen so well just by utilizing the knowledge.
Jenna overcame the industry struggles and built her empire as a single mum to 4 daughters, despite personal loss, including divorce and the death of her eldest child.
Unfortunately, been through a divorce or 2.
Oh, just 2?
Yes. And I'm 65 this year. Luckily, I don't feel it. And
don't look it
I'll
either.
probably stay in the industry until they put me 6 foot under. But I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you manage that, Jenna? I mean, trying to build this, having daughters, doing most of it on your own, I would imagine.
I think women don't in South Africa work as well collectively together as we can. But I've always surrounded myself with my own kind, and we look after each other. I really think if I work many, many hours, you can't abort not having children if you want children.
Yeah.
So I made lots of plans along the way, and women that helped me rear my children, we just made sure we educated their children. So there was always that tandem.
Jenna feels women could and should be doing more to uplift each other, and goes out of her way to ensure that the women in her fold are given the best chance.
I've had the privilege over the years that people might have wanted to be mentored by somebody that is only matriculant. But I have had quite a rich experience life of very diverse cultures and beings. And that's led to that richness.
What have you learned from them?
Quite a lot. I think we all teach and we all learn. And I think that's also relativity. I don't just surround myself with people my own age. I surround myself with people older than me and way younger than me. So you can feel the flux and be more relative in especially today's society.
What's it like living, working, and being mentored by a powerhouse like Jenna Clifford? What's it like working, I'm not going to say for, with someone like your mum, who's obviously been through so much from her beginnings to what she's built here? Do you find that intimidating at all, or do you just see her as mum?
I think balancing the relationship between, professional working, that role of our relationship, and then the other side where I'm her daughter is it is a tough balance between the two, but it is something that we have found our groove. And I think I see her in both ways. I don't think I can ever completely isolate that, okay, no, she's just my mom, or, she's just the head of the company. I see her as both.
Jenna is very much out there. She's loud. She's not shy. And she holds her own presence. And I think that us 3 girls are very, very much completely opposite to her in that regard. We're quite soft, not really outgoing like she is. So I think the two balance each other out quite nicely.
She is mom, she's grandmother, she's aunt, she's everything. She's everything to me, yeah.
How do you view Jenna and this company? What do they mean to you?
People say Jenna is my boss. I mean, I guess it's true that she is my boss, but she has taken a more role of a mom, like I said, a grandmother, because she takes care of me in many ways. She doesn't just pay my salary, but she looks after me emotionally. She has always been my biggest cheerleader, I think, and she has encouraged me to, I think, to grow and to extend myself.
And while I got to play with some Jenna Clifford creations, we got some real pearls of wisdom from the lady herself.
But ostensibly, we're there to grow. We're there to explore. And I just think the world of that is an exciting place, but it has its light and it has its shadow. So explore, but don't be stupid about it. Patience Strong, that was a European authoress that said, inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard.
Jenna's story proves that no matter how hard life gets, with enough determination, you can always come out with a sparkle.